Obviously, I would prefer Chelsea to lose because of the rivalry thing. If Chelsea indirectly do Arsenal a favour, then it helps us manoeuvre in it. I feel sorry for Arteta and Arsenal fans because, obviously Odegaard got injured, which has been the case not just today, but two prior games. Half an hour into it, he's gone down, and we were robbed of seeing really what Rice, Eze, and Odegaard could do. I think we could have created more. I think in the last three games, so Olympiacos, Newcastle, and today, we've obviously won and all those things. But I think we've now, in these recent games, we've got an issue around correlating dominance. Like the possession stats were there, the shots were there, but like putting the daylight between the two sides, either in the first half or in general, because to be honest, we should have scored more than 2 goals, if I'm brutally honest. Raya had nothing to do. Probably, respectfully to West Ham, probably the easiest game William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes will play this season. Saliba just spent it dribbling. Gabriel Magalhaes had nothing to do. Raya, I'm sure Raya made a save, but we never really saw him like that. I think Timber was quality today, especially in the final third. I actually think Timber, to the point now with Timber, and I think I said it at some point in the watch-along, I'm not asking you to score goals. I think to go to the next step, because you're complete. No one wants to play against you. You're so intelligent. I think he just needs to brush up on 1-2 things in the final third. Something, even finishing. Calafiori, I think he was very good, continuing how you've started the season. Obviously, there's no goal for Gyökeres. And for me, I think I've given, and I'm not saying to attack Gyokeres, but I've given a lot of discounts in it. I've given a lot of discounts. I feel we've never been a great attacking side. I feel, as I've said it during the summer, I felt as much as it's about getting, obviously in hindsight, Eze, Gyokeres, but getting all these guys, it's about like Arteta's got to do stuff. And I think that I held that against Arteta last season, pre-season, every game up until the 3 games we played. Not that I feel we're creating much, but do I feel, I'll be lying to you lot if I said honestly in my heart, do I feel we could have got more out of Gyokeres? Could Gyokeres isolate to what he could control, bagged against Newcastle, potentially scored against Olympiacos, and today, 100%. Obviously, he's still getting to it. He's still getting better and better every game. He's still adapting. He's all of that, but yeah, man, I think he doesn't get no service, bro. He doesn't historically get service, but I still think you could have made a meal out of a couple things. And I feel, if I'm honest with you, he could have scored today. I think he saw that enough. I think Eze should be on the score sheet today, and Rash showed him how to finish. But performance first, man. Performance first. 3 points next. So we controlled what we could control in it, and like not even that. But I know it's not this deep, but 2 games in a row now. Thinking of going to St. James's Park against Newcastle, that's never been good for us. You overcame that you overcame that last game in it. Today, we all know last 2 years prior to this season, West Ham, they kind of pop our balloon type of thing. He done his thing. He done his thing in what was required in it. So yeah, big him up on that one. Big up Rice as well. Did what we needed to do, man. And Arteta, big up yourself in these last 3 games in particular, man, because for me, you're maneuvering how you need to maneuver. You're doing what I need you to do. You're picking the right team. You're showing proactiveness. We saw Wanyeri today. The main thing is the 3 points in it, and we got that. So we all know the games we've got to come, man. We all know the games we've got to come now. Crystal Palace scares the daylights out of me, if I'm completely honest, but cool with the 3 points, man. Where you lot with the Gyokeres debate, people? I'm going to ask the chat a question. Player of the match. I think there's an air of biasness, and I get it. We all love Bukayo Saka, but I think people are being biased. That's just my humble opinion. I've asked you lot for, and I am the people's pundit. It is what you lot want, but I think you lot are being a bit disingenuous and a bit biased, and I think there's an element of damn right lying, because Calafiori 19%, Zubamendi 24%. Zubi done very well off the bench, I must admit. It's his ball over the top that's led to Timber being fouled. We probably should have had 2 penalties, but hey, it is what it is. Saka, 200th appearance, you scored, and you also got your nose in lip bust. But Saka's got 29% with you lot. Timber's got 27%. I do think there's a bit of, let's be real, you lot are match fixing. You lot are 100% match fixing. 100% you're match fixing. But it's cool though, because if you're gonna rig it for anyone, I don't mind you lot rigging it for Bukayo, man. I really don't mind it, but you lot know what you're doing. Absolutely thinking it. So yeah, man. It's all good though, man. We can enjoy our weekend. I actually Chelsea Liverpool. I think is gonna suck if I'm honest with you lot. But yeah, we did our job, man. Let me ask you lot this. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Are you concerned about Gyokeres? Yes, he gets no service. Two choices, people. As much as we like balance, there's no need for balance. So yes or no? It's Timber again. Smash the lights. Let's get to 300. Good team performance. This was not an attacking display. We played high tempo for 15 minutes. This was two teams playing percentage football, 3 points, move on. Facts, simple. Sometimes you just have to box clever. Obviously, we want to score 1,000,000 goals a game. I don't think West Ham offered anything in the final third. Really. I think at a point, second half, it felt like, I think we started the second half quite good, but I think West Ham kind of more believed in themselves in the second half. I think they're obviously going to be well structured under Espirito Santo. Or they need to be anyways, because if your season's been poor, it's probably because you're conceding too much 9 times out of 10. So I'll have to see. This was a training exercise. I'll let you know end of the season. No cop-outs. You can do that, but answer that one today. He gets no service, not the most, but he's not doing anything with what he gets to warrant him getting more. I hear that. Gyokeres needs time and support. He'll always get time and support. But I don't mean we can't comment. Same way if he was, I don't know, the last 7 games he scored 7 and we're still saying some of these things, we'll be like, he's only going to get better sort of thing. Do you think it's a, and again, we also got to remember, I'd say the one thing that kind of shadows this game is obviously Odegaard's got injured again, man. Do you think it's a staff problem? 1 injured, come back, 2 go out, 7 games and so many injuries. Maybe it's the intensity of the Prem. Maybe it's just one. Maybe it's bad luck. Honestly, I don't know, man. It's one where I'd have to be a fly on the wall at London Coley, innit? And then report my findings to an independent physio or whatever and see if there's something. I'm only concerned with Gyokeres because I see him limited for what he could do. He lacks something. Yeah, I'm not like Gyokeres. He's clearly not the best striker in the world. He's clearly not the most flamboyant striker. I'm not going to say he ain't got tech and technical ability, but he's 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see him do what he did against Leeds, in it, which is why I think that's one of the worst things that happened beyond the obvious. Obviously, I don't, but people think you can do that all the time. There's bare space. I agree with that because I don't feel we're laying it on a plate, even though there's been some occasions in the last 3 games we have. He's a decent striker with evident limitations. I still think he's adapting and all that jazz, but I need more. These 3 games, I need more. I think there's been more games where I've cut you excuses, and I think there's been validity in those claims, but I need a bit more. Newcastle, not really on you. Felt you could have done more. But I think your decision making in the final third. Olympiacos, I feel the same. Today, yeah. I mean, he could have said, you know what? Yeah, in an ideal world, we get that penalty against Newcastle, he bags. Saka scores in normal play, anyways, and then he back, and then obviously Gyokeres bags. Eze, I think I need you to work on your scrub up on your finishing as well. You're a bloody good footballer. I love you at this football club. I think a couple of times now, I'm seeing you in the final third. I think you could do a bit more. Gyokeres just needs to find his feet. It's weird because I'm not saying he'll score. I need him to get 15, 20 league goals. But when he next gets a goal for us, it won't surprise me if he scores 2 in the game or he bags against, I don't know who we got next. He bags Fulham away, for example, regardless of if we win or lose. And then he obviously scores at Crystal Palace or whatever. I need more though, man. Even Bilbao, I think that was around the period where I was more onto Arteta for not creating chances. But sometimes the decision making is not there, in it, like the Bilbao attack. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. But yeah, join the debate, man. Is what it is. He makes runs and the ball don't come. Yeah, but I hear you, and you're not wrong here, and we're still adapting. But at the same time, what striker in world football makes consistent runs and gets the ball all the time? There's none in it. I'm sure if you ask Haaland, like, do you get frustrated? Like, I'm sure Haaland's made bare runs and City players ain't hit him. I'm sure he's not a striker, but Salah's done the same. And at a point, the various strikers we've had at this football club, I hear you, though. Maybe we could hit him faster and all those things, but nah, man. It's not going to wash because regardless, you believed in yourself to think you can score goals in the system. And Arteta believed that you're the guy. And I like you. So I'm going to praise you where you deserve your praise. I'm going to draw you out where you deserve draw outs. I don't feel he did anything of significance. I don't think it was a game everyone was amazing. Like, no one was amazing. Couple players head and shoulders above their teammates, but everyone's amazing. But you don't need to be amazing. You just need to go out there and do the job, like, and exploit teams' terrible form. West Ham are licking their wounds. They're down in the dumps. For them, there's probably a bit more optimism because you didn't get battered, especially we've done that against you lot. You left with your respect in is what is in it. Like, obviously Declan Rice scored and the hottest loves have the coldest ends. And so yeah, man, just take the 3 points and we move. Why did Saka not give Gyökeres the pen? I hear that, but we ain't got time for charity shit. This ain't Brighton away, Bournemouth away. Apologies, we ain't got time for that, bro. I don't know. I thought Gyökeres was our penalty taker. I don't know. Maybe Saka was feeling good. Credit to Gyökeres or not credit to him. He didn't make a fuss. I don't even know he's the penalty taker. Is it a thing where Saka and Gyökeres, it's you're on pens until one of you misses and then the other one gets an opportunity? At least Odegaard won't be away with Norway. Can rest up for 2 weeks. Don't count your chickens for they hatch, man. The performances from Gyökeres getting better. I think he'll be fine. I think Havertz and Gyökeres could be a good striker partnership. Eze in the 10 next week. Not next week, but I get your point. We need someone to do a shift up front. Gyökeres is the only striker at the club right now. I genuinely thought Marino was going to go up top at some point in the game. I'm only concerned with Glock because I see him limited for what he can do. He lacks something. Define no service. Because if I play a ball into the box and the reason it's not a tapping is because my striker's too stiff to get on the ball, is it really my fault? Gyokeres ain't Haaland, about 7 and 7. No, he's not Haaland. Is Havertz clear of verts? Run the agenda. Third option, no, this is what expected. At least he's doing well with some of his hold-up play. Idol's corner, but where's the fun with that? That's why I said we're a balanced platform. We're not doing that. 2 options. What side of the fence do you want? Big up, DG. Love your content as always. You make me laugh with great tactics analysis. No, it's a great platform because of you lot. Some of you are here all the time. Appreciate you lot. It's lovely to facilitate it. But the main thing is we got the result, man. I think we started, to be fair, I think we started well. I think we started on the front foot. Just need to convert these chances into goals now, man. Because we ended the game, obviously we scored 2 goals, but we ended the game with 21 shots, 5 on target, 8 corners. And I know not every week we're going to, like that probably warrants maybe a 3-0 or a 4-1 or something. Well, they probably wouldn't score because they didn't have a shot on target, but 4-0, whatever. Not every game is going to correlate in it. You're going to have bare shots and you're just going to have, sometimes it's not, but I do think that's been a theme now. Olympiacos today, Newcastle in that. I definitely prefer that problem because not a few weeks ago, we were not really creating nothing and it was U-shaped. Now we're creating what people are getting in chances. And let's be real, in the last 3 games, and I'm not trying to get at players. Gyökeres has had chances. Saka has had chances. Eze, it's a big up Eze. It's a crime that you ain't got 2 and 2 in the Premier League. It's a crime that you didn't score against Newcastle. Big up Pope, having the game of his life. Yes, today, easiest chance. And you know what? How Rice took his goal is how Eze needed to. Man have had chances. Several players. Even Timber has had chances. And we've not been clinical. And that is football. But I'd say that's the next step for us. Whether you're that, because I know we're focusing on Gyökeres, we've got to learn to do that. Goals change games. And I want to get these teams out of here before they even get to halftime. Because again, going back to the halftime thoughts, we were the better team. The game was played in their half. We were the dominant team. All that kind of stuff. But if you're West Ham, you probably sat there and thought, you know what? They scored in the 38th minute. We've competed. It's 1-0. We probably didn't expect to get much from this game. But second half, we keep doing what we're doing. You never know what could happen. We score or we have a couple chances. You don't know how their crowd's going to flip. You don't know how our crowd's going to flip. So that's the next step for us, if I'm honest, which is positive. Because if we're saying, oh, yeah, Gyökeres, whether he's going to... I think a lot of people, so it doesn't matter where you are. I think some people have concerns as to whether Gyökeres is going to be that Aubameyang for us, that obviously not Henry, but these kind of guys. At the very minimum, some see him as someone that could be part of this. I think everybody has different opinions on that, where they view Gyökeres, but the one thing that's not is, can my man score goals? Probably. So if we're saying this when we've scored 5 against Leeds, 3 against Forest, 2 today, 2 against Olympiacos, in many ways it was kind of the carbon copy, 2 against Newcastle, regardless of the heroics. And we're saying, you know what, Saka's just come back from an injury. Eze's just getting his feet under the door. Gyökeres this, Trossard, Martinelli that. Then In theory, the only way is up. Gyokeres is doing basic-ish and ain't seen a shot outside the box with this guy. I'm not expecting any shot outside the box. I'm going to go Perez, mate. Kai needed time. Easy game, DG. Hope everything's good, G. Love the content. Keep it coming. For me, Gyokeres was tired and Callum was great. Gyokeres gets plenty of credit. Bro, he's going to, bro. You play for Arsenal. You're going to, fam. You're going to. But the thing is, people will hate you today, then love you tomorrow. That's unfortunately, that's football, innit? Score the goals, everyone loves you. People, if you don't want to criticize Gyokeres because you got it wrong, that's fine. But don't insult our intelligence by making flimsy excuses about creating chance for him. What chances tappers? He definitely should have scored at least one of them where you're thinking, just even fling your shin pad at it. Just get a toenail on that, man. Because I don't want him to get into that thing. Because strikers are emotional. They are weird, as you know. You don't want him to start thinking too much. Like, I ain't scored for time. Because he knows it. He knows it. And these strikers are weird. Same way when their confidence is through the roof, goals are coming in off their ear. They're scoring bangers. They're scoring tap-ins. They're doing everything. But I need my strikers to fix up. Well, striker fix up. And shout out you, Gaffer, man. I'll tell you, you did everything I wanted to see, man. Good afternoon, DG. Good last 6 days. 6 points in the last 2 league games compared to 0 last season in the 2 corresponding games against Newcastle and West Ham. Charles. Imagine we won at Liverpool as well. Callie's a madman, but I love it. Not every game. Same with Callie. Although his defensive abilities aren't on Timber's level, we need Timber and Calafiori to stay fit, man. We need everyone to stay fit. West Ham at home curse is broken. Max, tranquilo. But it's a step in the right direction. Would have loved to see Diamond come in, especially with Madueke being out. Players can rest up now before international. And we don't have to do that, what if Chelsea do win, unfortunately, against Liverpool, we don't have to do that, what could have been if we took them points? What are we saying? What could have happened? We've just done our job, man. We've just done our job. And that's the main thing. We have expectations here. I love that Gyokeres wanted to come here, but it's not just a vanity experiment. We signed this guy to banging goals. Everyone can get criticism. It is what it is, man. Gyokeres has adjustment tax. I don't think so. Yeah, you do, because you're getting to know the league, getting up to speed, no time like you do in Portugal, all of that. But for me, that don't fly, because if anything, I'm rating Gyokeres for every game. I am not today, but every game generally, there is some level of improvement, even though we need you to bag and all these things. Like, I do think you've adapted. At a point up until these last 3 games, I was saying I think Gyokeres has adapted more to Arsenal than Arsenal have adapted to him. But Newcastle, Olympiacos, and today, bro, like, it's on you. Yeah, of course, a million more chances. You feed your striker more food, he's going to eat. But it's on you. Like, you haven't scored because of you, if I'm honest. Everyone be nice, please, in the chat, man. Mark Baldwin, you're talking smack about people criticizing Big Vic. Mark Baldwin, you can't be talking to me, because all I've done is ask questions of Gyokeres. Are we listening, or are we just trying to say buzzwords, man? You ever heard of collective unconscious? Supposedly ideas come from there. It's why children play the same games in different continents, like tag and hide and seek. Wait, what? Oh, no, man. Is it because international break, man? I'm moving sluggish now. Nah. I say Saka. You lot are biased, man. Like, I hear it if you're giving Saka man of the match, but I think you lot are being biased, and I hear it. I'm biased towards Saka as well. I don't think Saka's man of the match today. 286 likes. Can we get to 300? To be fair, where I look at the Gyokeres thing, it did say 50-50. Now it's gone to 49-51. Are you concerned about Gyokeres? Yes, 49% of you did say that. 51% of you said he gets no service. So it all depends where you look at it. Gyokeres needs more fitness. He's slow and heavy. Cardio is needed as soon as possible. It's true, but is it a fitness thing? Because I think the things they said Gyokeres was shit at, he's actually excelling at. The things they said Gyokeres was a shooting at, he's actually not struggling is not the right word, but naturally, when you had 3 goals in 5 games, it was wavy. Now it don't look as wavy. And I was the one saying, boy, he's got 3 goals in 5 games, but he's only had 7 shots. There's something there that Gyokeres needs to address, and there's something greater for the collective for Arteta. Now it's looking like man are creating, we're having shot. Now, like, I can't look at Arteta and say there's a defensive tax. At least for these three games, there's a defensive tax, and you're not putting players in positions. I'm looking at his Arteta's giving you the keys. He's told you everything he needs from you. He's kind of freed you a lot up in the final third. The one thing, he can train you and put you in positions, but like, what to be? If you man are not bagging, it's on you lot, because you're all good players. I rate you, Gyokeres. You're not a you coming out the academy. You've had highs and lows in your career. Eze, if I'm brutally honest, last 2 games, you need to work on your improved finishing. Trossard, there's something in that for you. Martinelli's been there for you. Madueke, you've done well this season and you're irrelevant, but there's something there for you. Saka's had some chances and he's bagged 2 games in a row, and he's our guy, but there's something there. Even someone like Timber, you're getting in the final third a lot. And obviously he's a right back, but a couple of these things, you need a bit more from you, innit? Like everybody. So it's more the play. Arteta's putting the players there. You man are not doing what you need to do in that regards. Right, he's not giving Gyokeres a chance. What the hell? And whether you rate Gyokeres or don't rate Gyokeres, he plays for Arsenal, innit? So it is what it is. Always room to improve. Gyokeres is definitely going to get loads of free kicks because every game feels like an up defense are wrestling him through. Gyokeres looks better with Odegaard on the field. It's not a surprise. Big up you lot. All right, love for the super chat, my boy Zubi, man of the match. Zuba Mendinho. They called me a madman. My concern is because he's got to improve his first touches when the space available around him is less. He should be smarter to move and be more mobile to receive the ball at the right place. Anish, forgive me for mispronunciation. You see what you said there? I agree and disagree. You see what you said about he should be smarter to move and more mobile to receive the spaces in the ball in the right place. He can do that. First touch is not. I'm sorry, your first touch is like what you see is what you get, bro. He's 27. Yeah, this is what you see is what you get. Of course, there's some adaptation and Arteta can change him, but he's not gonna. I'm exaggerating, but he's not gonna become Gabriel Jesus kind of forward. Like you're not that. If your first touch is not the best now, it's not going to be the best. Like, I would argue, if your first touch isn't crisp and whatnot, probably by 14, it's done. That's the time to lock down the tech. It's like Haaland. I bet you Haaland's always look ugly like how he looks at this moment in time from a little kid. So he's clocked. This is what I've got in my toolbox. I'm going to perfect this. You're not going to see that. So I don't think he can improve his first touch. I don't think you can. Of course, you can do training. You might get a bit more of a tune out of it. But you're not going to see... Nah, I don't... You can't. Like, you're not going to see him bring it down like... I don't know. I wonder who's got the best first touch in our squad. I don't know. That's a good side quest. Who do you lot reckon got the best first touch? I don't think it's Saka. You know what? It's probably Odegaard, you know. He technically still plays for us. It might be Zini. Eze's up there. I don't think it's Eze. I don't even think it's... My bias was going to say Trossard. Is it a Wanyeri? Oh, it might be Max Dalman, you know. It might be. I don't know. Best first touch, help me, people, man. I'm trying to... It's not Timber, obviously, respectfully to the defenders. It's not Skelly. It's not Timber. It's not Gabriel. I wouldn't give it Saliba. He's got a good one, though. I wouldn't give it Raya. Zubamendi, up there, don't think you. Marino, don't think you. Martinelli, definitely not. Probably Jesus, Odegaard, maybe Eze. But yeah, the main point, if your first touch ain't sexy and crisp now, you're never gonna have that, fam. Realistically, you're never gonna have that. If you ain't got that now, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna have that now. If you ain't got that locked down, you ain't got that. If you ain't got that now, you're not gonna get that. You're never gonna realistically, you're never gonna get that, fam. Like, that's why for me, Gyokeres is a thing. You are what you are. You're not what you're not. I'm not looking at you to like. I'm not asking a fish to climb a tree. Put him in position. You're gonna bully, man. That has not been the case for a minute at Arsenal. But the last 3 games, that's cool as I see it, bro. You've had chances. And again, I said it before. For me, with Gyokeres, it was a thing where, of course, if you look at his highlights, there's variety of goals that would you get gassed. We're gonna do this there, like. But it was the little half chances, kind of what you saw him. Not misses a bit disingenuous, but he never got on the end of it, innit? Like them kind of unglamorous goals is where I was looking at, because you score 2 tap-ins today, or 1 tap-in today, you bag 1 tap-in, or one little intricate movement sees you bag against Newcastle. That's for me how you get 20 goals. I'm not dissing them, but any like Thierry Henry, Mohamed Salah, I know he's not a striker, but Mohamed Salah, Diego Costa, like half of the Haaland in present day, Kane, Isaac last year. Obviously, you look at these guys' performance across the season, they've probably scored some screamers, some free kicks, dribbled past people, scored from an acute angle. But if you're getting 20 odd goals plus, the vast majority of your goals, they're not glamorous. They're simple little right place, right time, boom, we're gone. That's where I was looking at Gyökeres. And that's in these 3 games, I'm not seeing that Gyökeres. The decision making, I respect it. The hold up play, all of the pressing, all of that, you're doing well. But the goals, because that's the one thing that separates you. General play, come on. Marino drops into midfield. It looks a bit better than Gyökeres. Havertz, better. Jesus is better. But none of these guys that can play, even Trossard or Nelly, if you want to make that case, not really Martinelli. When it comes, they can all have the general plating over Gyökeres. The one thing you was coming to this club to do is put the ball in back of the net, which is the hardest thing allegedly to do in football, which many people have said, oh, last season. I think it's not as basic as this, but common folklore with Arsenal is, we create a million chances. There's been numerous moments. If we just had someone to bag, we're gone. We had